Last time we ended up with Goku having won the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament, but then he ran off to get the Power Pole and Dragon Ball he left behind. Since the Turtle School wasn't waiting for Goku, Roshi, Krillin, Tien, and Shatsu would leave to go get dinner as they planned. So, once Tambourine arrives, he easily takes out Goku then steals the Dragon Ball on the list of previous tournament finalists. Even though Goku is stronger compared to Tambourine, Goku's power is 195 and Tambourine's is 160. He catches the boy off guard and seemingly kills him. Also, Goku is still injured from the final match with Tien as well, so that also works in Tambourine's advantage. When Shen, Tao, and Yurine find Goku killed, his two masters wouldn't be too upset, as they got the money from Goku's winnings. However, Master Shen would recognize the demon insignia left behind, and would flee knowing they don't stand a chance against King Piccolo. Yurine, on the other hand, would be worried about Goku after seeing Master Shen and mercenary Tao flee. She checked to see if he was dead or not, and once finding out that he still has a pulse, all she could do was wait for him to wake up, since she wouldn't have a way to heal him, as at this point she doesn't know her witchcraft. Even if she did, it's unknown if she knew how to heal people. As for the Turtle School, along with Tien and Shatsu, after they finish their dinner, they'd be unaware of the attack that has been happening and would head back to Kami House. Meanwhile, Tambourine would return to King Piccolo with the Dragon Ball and list of fighters. After reporting Goku is dead, King Piccolo gives him the mission to kill all martial artists that competed in the tournament. He then spits out the egg-containing symbol and sends him out to retrieve the Dragon Balls. Tambourine goes and kills Nam, and this is when Master Roshi and everyone would find out about King Piccolo after seeing the demon symbol on the news. They make the same plan they do as usual, however, since Goku didn't take the Dragon Ball radar, they can start the search for them as soon as they get ready. Symbol still lands near Yajirobe first to retrieve his Dragon Ball, but is still killed and eaten by him. When King Piccolo finds out, he contacts Tambourine, who just killed Girin, and sends him to go take the person that killed Symbol. Regardless, Yajirobe's power puts him above Tambourine, so he would still win the fight and kill Tambourine, which King Piccolo would know right away again. By this point, Goku would have woken up, and the Zenkai boost Goku gets from being nearly killed by Tambourine boosts his power to 206. Once Roshi and everyone start searching for the Dragon Balls, they collect 4 quickly as per usual. King Piccolo decided to let them gather the Dragon Balls for him, when instead go to where Tambourine was killed, where he would still find Yajirobe. With Goku being awake now, Yurine would explain to him what happened with Master Shen and Mercenary Tao finding him dead, then taking his money from winning the tournament. After they took this money, they probably left afterwards, but she chose to stay behind. This would be the least of Goku's worries right now, as he's focused on getting back at Tambourine, but it would still anger him. So, Goku and Yurine would set out to search for the one who attacked him, which might take a while since he can't sense Ki yet. Back to Yajirobe and King Piccolo. Even while old, his power level is at a level of 210, so he would be able to kill Yajirobe and get the revenge he planned. Roshi, once seeing that the 2 of the Dragon Balls were together besides their 5, would start to head towards King Piccolo but still eventually land and hide the Dragon Balls. When King Piccolo arrives and swallows the Dragon Balls, Roshi still sprays Tien with the stuff that temporarily paralyzes him. At the time, Krillin is still alive and with them, so he temporarily paralyzes him as well, until Shatsu the plan is cancelled and not to reveal himself no matter what. Roshi still calls out to King Piccolo to face him, and once he starts talking about Master Mutaito and throws the jar out of a capsule, King Piccolo still gets terrified and tries to flee from him. However, once he uses the Mafuba, he still fails in trapping King Piccolo and dies shortly after. From there, King Piccolo uncovers the 5 Dragon Balls that Roshi hid, and he summons Shenron. Tien still makes the plan for Shatsu to ask Shenron to destroy King Piccolo, but he is swiftly killed by the Demon King before he could finish. Afterwards, King Piccolo would make his wish for eternal youth. Once the wish is granted, he still destroys Shenron so no further wishes could be made. Back with Goku, his loss against Tambourine would be his first real loss, no matter how he tries to justify it. This would anger him, but also potentially make him a little shaken. Regardless, when he sees that Shenron was summoned, he and Yurine rush off towards where they see the dragon, and land in front of the recently revitalized Demon King. Even with him receiving a Zenkai boost, he still hasn't gained his strength back since he didn't eat like he did in the manga. King Piccolo's power boosted to 230 after getting his youth restored, though at his full power his power level is 260. Goku would fight against King Piccolo, but he can't win this fight, no matter what underhanded tactics he possibly tries to use. Even with Urine's help in facing off against King Piccolo, it's likely they wouldn't win. Here, Urine would suggest to Goku that since they can't beat the Demon King, maybe they should try to join him, as it would be a means to enact his revenge against the Crane School. Seeing no other choice, Goku and Urine would resort to trying to side with King Piccolo, since he would do anything he can to get stronger. A group as strong as King Piccolo this chapter would be his best bet, since he won't go back to the Turtle School and the Crane School betrayed him. When Goku tries to convince the Demon King, normally King Piccolo would reject something like this unless it would be helpful in his goal. King Piccolo doesn't do anything unless it has a use to him, such as working with Emperor Pilaf and his gang since they released him and helped him find the Dragon Balls. For King Piccolo, it could be in his best interest to have the two-time world champion and one of the semi-finalists who wants to join his side as fighters of his, since it would help achieve his goal of taking out all other martial artists. So, all three of them would want this to further their own interest. Goku and Urine want to get stronger / want their revenge, and King Piccolo wants to take out all martial artists, which these children should be able to help with. For the time being, King Piccolo would allow this and let them join his side. From there, when they go to the ship, the Demon King still throws Emperor Pilaf, Mai, and Shu out of it since they are no longer of any use to him. King Piccolo, along with the help of Goku and Urine, goes to King Castle and overthrows King Furry. Though, King Furry still refuses at first until King Piccolo destroys half of the city. In the meantime, Krillin and Tien get back up and go off the train to try and defeat the Demon King, though Tien would be the only one trying to learn the Mafuba, as he would be the most likely of the two to be able to resist the strain of it. Tien's power wouldn't really increase since he's just practicing the Mafuba, but Krillin's power would go up slightly from 113 to about 120. Once they eventually finish their training, they'll start heading towards where King Piccolo is. They would still call Yamcha and the others on their radio to inform them about what happened with Master Roshi and Shatsu. He also still tells them the coordinates of their bodies in order to go and get them. During this time, Yamcha and Bulma would notice King Piccolo making his announcement about being king on the television, and they would see Goku and Urine in the background, so it wouldn't be hard to figure out that Goku is officially no longer on their side. So, Tien heads there while the Demon King announces that there are no more laws, police, and that the people should commit evil. He then goes on to announce that he will destroy one area of the world every year from then on. Afterwards, he goes on to invite anyone with problems to come see him themselves. The first one he draws is West City, but as he was about to go there with Goku and Urine, Tien and Krillin arrive at King's Castle. Since it would be a 2-on-2, King Piccolo doesn't see a reason to spit the egg that contains Drum out. Since Goku now has a power of 206, he surpasses Tien even more than he did back in the tournament, while Urine and Krillin would be tied when it comes to power level. Also, since Tien still broke the electric rice cooker during training to use the Mafuba, he can no longer rely on trying to seal King Piccolo. When we saw Tien getting beat down by Drum, the rematch between Goku and Tien would go the same way, since Tien didn't really increase power-wise since the tournament, unlike Goku. When King Piccolo orders Goku to crush Tien's heart, since Krillin is distracted fighting Urine, and Goku obviously isn't going to fly in and save him like he did in the manga, Goku does so, killing him. Meanwhile, with the heroes, Bulma, Launch, and Yamcha would head towards where Tien went while Oolong and the others go to get the bodies. Back to where Goku and the others are, he and Urine go on to fighting Krillin together. Since her powers were tied, she was struggling with him. This fight won't last long, especially with the two of them going after Krillin. He will be killed swiftly by the two of them. Goku has a technique now that is used for killing people swiftly, the Dodon Ray, so while Urine is distracting Krillin, he just shoots him through the heart with the Dodon Ray, killing him. From here, as the heroes that challenged them are dead, and they can't sense Ki yet, they don't know about Yamcha and them flying towards King's Castle. So, King Piccolo decides to put Goku and Urine to use and sends them to go take out some of the martial artists Tambourine didn't kill, as he heads to destroy West City as he planned. Once Yamcha and everyone arrives, they would see the bodies of Krillin and Tien, so they would have to come up with a new plan. They instead sneakily get the bodies and book it back to Kami House, where they meet up with Oolong, who has the bodies of Master Roshi and Shatsu. While there, they get a surprise visitor inside Kami House, which is Kami. He would have been watching everything going on, and after seeing the heroes lose against King Piccolo and Goku, he wouldn't have a choice but to step in. Of course, this would be a shock to them at first, since they would confuse him with King Piccolo, but he would quickly explain who he is. He then says he has a plan to bring Shenron back and revive all the people killed by King Piccolo and his henchmen. He also mentions that he will train the heroes to try and defeat the Demon King, as someone needs to be able to take him down. This offer is also extended to Yamcha to come up to the lookout with him. Well, there not being any defenders left as of right now, he would agree so he could become stronger, though he'd agree on it only with the condition that Bulma and the others can come to the lookout as well, so that they are safe. Bulma during this time, after seeing the televised announcement, noticed that King Piccolo plans to destroy West City and would want to save her family. So, Kami would teleport her there to get her parents and come back before the city is destroyed. Then he teleports them all up to the lookout, where it will be a kind of sanctuary for the remnants of the Z fighters. As for Goku and Yurien, they go to find Master Shen and Mercenary Tao first to get their revenge. Their two previous mentors won't be a match for them, and would be swiftly killed by the young fighters. From there they just go down the list given to them by King Piccolo, so they'd hit a snag when they see Yamcha's name on there. They wouldn't be able to find him, so instead of risking being killed when they get back, they'd have to lie about killing Yamcha. Once they return, and King Piccolo returns from destroying West City, it's time for their training to begin. Not only will Goku and Yurien train with King Piccolo, but they will also train with each other in their free time. King Piccolo will teach them techniques like the Mako-Sen and the explosive demon wave. Meanwhile with Kami, he restores Shenron as soon as possible, then resurrects the heroes as soon as he can. Once they are resurrected, he starts to train them the way he trained Goku, though I believe he would also start to consider making one of them the next Guardian of Earth, just in case. As for who he selects, he has the 5 choices: Krillin, Yamcha, Master Roshi, Tien, or Shatsu. Shatsu's out of the running from the start. Regardless of the evil that's still in his heart, he's the weakest of the 5, so he won't be a good match for Goku and King Piccolo. While Yamcha could be a good choice, his personality doesn't seem like a good fit with being Guardian, such as the cockiness he shows sometimes. Then as for Tien, he is a good option as well. He has the strength and his calmer personality fits, even if he still has evil in his heart as well. Though, Tien won't be chosen as there is a better option out there. This leaves both Master Roshi and Krillin, which are both great options. On one hand we have the old best friend of Goku, or we have the previous master of Goku. For Krillin, even if he isn't the strongest, his strength is nothing to laugh at. His personality is a good fit for the Guardians of Earth. He is generous, kind-hearted, and determined to help his friends when they're in danger, regardless of if he's outclassed, which would be a good fit for the Guardian since he would be determined to protect the Earth. Then for Master Roshi, he is a compassionate, wise, and intelligent old man who, despite being perverted, openly enjoys life and the simple pleasures that come along with it. He is also willing to die for an honorable cause if it is necessary, which would be a good thing for the Guardian of Earth. He also has the strength to back it up, since at his full power his power level is 180, just like Tien's. Also, another plus for him is that he already went through Korin's training. Anyway, me and the friend that usually proofreads my scripts were stuck on who to choose. They were biased towards Krillin and I was biased towards Master Roshi, so I had another friend of mine that wasn't biased to break the tie, which he chose Master Roshi because he's older and has more experience with serious matters than the others do, regardless of him being perverted. So, Kami chooses to train Master Roshi to become the next Guardian of Earth, while the others are just trained regularly. Also, since Roshi is selected to be the next Guardian, Kami also works on helping him get over his pervertedness, since the Guardian needs to be pure of heart, which, in the next 3 years of training, he should be able to get the Turtle Hermit to that point. Back to Goku and Yurien, they will both get far stronger from the training with King Piccolo and his Demon Clan, especially Goku with the power boost he receives from being beaten to near death. Goku's personality will also start to turn towards more to one like the Demon King's, one of being cold, sadistic, and even more merciless than he already is, though he still will do whatever it would take to get stronger. Much like the heroes learning the story about Kami and King Piccolo, Goku and Yurien would learn about Kami too. From here, both sides would keep training, with Goku wanting to go to the next tournament to go against strong fighters, not knowing the heroes are alive again. As for the heroes, they want to take down both Goku and King Piccolo, as the two sides race to get stronger. Which side will end up being victorious? Did Kami make the right choice on who to choose to be the Guardian of Earth, or will it have been pointless regardless who he chose?